Maureen Owens. The Expressway. It is very early in the morning and I am doing a bad thing. I am eating my breakfast before getting dressed. Odessa isn't saying anything, but her eyebrows did shoot up when I came into the kitchen. I finish and go back upstairs and dress on this cool Saturday morning. 1, 2, 3. It is not so hard to get dressed. Pop comes into my room with his fingers at his lips. Shush, he means, and then dangles his car keys. Pulls a baby blue pair of sunglasses out of his shirt pocket and hands them to me. I put them on and ask Pops, "How do I look?" He smiles and says, "Come with me." We go through the kitchen where Odessa is on her knees cleaning the oven and go out into the garage. Pops hits the garage door button. The door rises. "Get into my car," Pops says. I jump in and climb over the seat into the back where children are supposed to sit and wait for him to get in. He slides into the car and tells me to sit in the front seat with him, that we're going on an adventure. I climb back and seat myself next to him. We pull away from our house, which looks so sleepy now because the drapes are pulled in the living room and dining room. Mama doesn't want the sun coming in and fading the carpet. No other cars are on the street, and I ask Pops where we're going. "You'll see," he says to me. I love being in the car with Pops until he pushes the button on the radio, and I just as quickly shut it off. I don't like to listen to the radio with Pops. He gets all excited and either sings loud with his face shoved out the window or argues with the weatherman. "What are you doing, Scags?" Pops asks. I like this music. In my best mama voice, I say, "Music is fine, but it's not everything." Pops pats my head and says, "You win." "Where are we going?" I ask as he drives fast out of our neighborhood. He says to me, "Would you like to sit on my lap, Scags, while I drive?" I say, "Of course I would." Who wouldn't want to sit on his lap and drive down the street with one arm out the window and one hand on the steering wheel? He sits up straight and I crawl in under the steering wheel, and now I can see the street and feel the hum of the engine. "Take the wheel," he says to me, and with both hands I grab on and steer the car. Pop says, "Do you see that Buick with the fish eyes? Think they're driving a shark?" "A shark?" I ask. "Yes, I see it." "And that blue Chevy pickup?" Pop says, "Steer clear of him. They could mess up our paint job." We're driving a Chevy too. Pops calls it the people's car, indestructible and trustworthy. Pops slows down the car a bit, and then we stop at a light. He looks over my shoulder at the dash. I look too. "There's hardly any gas in the tank," I say. He says, "Don't be a worrier, there's nothing to worry about." Sometimes Pops drives with no gas for a long time. The light changes to green and we drive on. Pops lowers my hand on the steering wheel and we turn onto a ramp that goes in a circle. We slide to the right, he slows down a bit more, and then we get to the end of the ramp and he says, "Drive straight." He takes his hands off the wheel and we are zooming down this straight road I've never seen before. He pushes down on the gas pedal and we are flying along with no other cars anywhere. The wind is blowing my hair in my face and the speed of the car is so fast that I look at the speedometer and we're going 100 miles per hour. I start to laugh. Pops is singing in my ear when the Saints go marching in. I keep us on the road. Soon there's a sign I can't read, we're going so fast. Pops takes his foot off the gas and puts his hands on the wheel again. We coast to the right where there's another one of those circles. He says, "Get off now, your butt is too bony." We drive back home, him whistling his song and me thinking what it feels like to drive 100 miles per hour on an empty gas tank with Pops holding onto me laughing, and the air, the trees, the bare ground all whizzing by as if we were almost standing still and they were moving. My heart is beating fast and Pops has that look on his face like he just lit up one of his Cuban cigars and the tip is glowing red and he's had a good day. He says, "Don't tell Mama what we've done, Scags. You got it?"